What's going on, everybody? It's Matt with American 4WD. Hope you're having an awesome day. Haven't seen you guys in a while. Haven't talked to anybody in a while. I've been making a few videos, but for the most part, just working hard, knocking stuff out, knocking customers out. So we've been hard at work this summer, especially with Jeep Invasion. It's been a little overwhelming, but we're making it happen. We're getting vehicles in and out of here and getting them knocked out. Anywho's, what I want to do is give a walk around of the Comanche build. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera, and you probably won't see me a whole lot more, but yeah, let's just walk through it. I've had several people ask me to do a walk around video of it, even though there's, for the most part, an entire build series devoted to it. I still want to do a walk around video just to kind of give everybody an update. I have made a few small changes and added a few more different things, and we're still adding things, we're still working on it, we're still perfecting it, we're still getting it better. So yeah, just want to give a walk around and kind of discuss what it has and what's doing what and how's it been and everything else. So the first thing is, it runs, it drives, it shifts, it wheels. It absolutely is awesome. I love the Comanche. I love the way we built it. It's fantastic. We haven't beat on it too bad, but we have taken it down some pretty good trails, and it's got a little bit of rash from it, and definitely had to use the lockers, things like that. So let's start off with let's go back to front. So, and I'm going to zoom out here. All right, so the first thing we have is, this is a CVT Mount Triumph tent. This is the long version. This is the 56-incher. This is the big one. I believe it's the 56-inch one. I'm not 100. But pretty much what this does is it opens sideways. You can fit two people and a baby that way in it. It does just fine. If you go on our social medias, you can see a picture of the tent actually open and spread out. We have used it, love it, and it's absolutely fantastic. I love that it has a rack system on there just in case I need it, but it's also perfectly in line with the cab, so it's not this giant wind sail, and that it cuts through the wind very, very well, and it doesn't cause a whole lot of wind noise or anything else. It is heavy, but the good thing about the Comanche is it is still on leaf springs. So actually this tent puts enough weight, plus the rear bumper, the quarter panel armor, and a few things we have mounted back here. And we also have a battery box mounted right there, and actually puts enough weight on this guy, even with not carrying anything in the back, to where it rides really, really nice. So let's talk about the rear bumper. This is the Mantis from Dirtbound Off-Road. Powder coated black. These are the Rough Country 2-inch integrated fog lights. They match up perfectly with this bumper. They're pre-cut for these. I did opt in for the optional hitch. The hitch has a 3,000 pound weight rating, and it also is integrated with high lift jack mounting points. As far as the taillights go, these are new lenses, but the actual internal housing is the original Comanche housings. So you have to cut all the way around and peel the old lens off, put these new lenses on, seal them, and that's what we did there. And this is before Oracle Lighting released their taillights. So let's go ahead and start with the paint. This is a Raptor liner. It is Raptor's color. It is their navy blue. We did do this with the professional gun, so make sure you get the professional gun with the kit. This took 2 kits. It looks fantastic, and as far as the texture on it, we turned the texture down on the professional gun as little as we could. This is 3 coats, and so that's why it's textured but still extremely soft. You can go with way more texture. The grill up here, the texture was turned up, so you can see the difference between the texture here and the texture here. On the grill, we went a little bit thicker of the texture setting, and that way it'll take a little bit more abuse. To be honest with everyone, I wish we would have done that texture to the entire truck. Even though it is resistant to a lot of things, it was a little too thin. It does scratch. I mean, it takes a lot to scratch it, but it would have taken less to scratch it if it was this thick. High lift jack from High Lift. This is their universal rack mounts with a lock. We have a Smittybilt CO2 tank, and we have that hard mounted onto the top of the fender well. This is from Harbor Freight. This is for a camper trailer, and what it allows me to do is carry some spare tools in there. Not spare tools, spare parts, and let me get in here. Spare parts, spare fluids, things like that, and recovery gear. And it also is watertight. There we go. Let's see. As far as Rotopacks go, we have a 2-gallon fuel. We have a 1-gallon water, and that's actually centered between these two guys perfectly, and that's where the ladder comes down for the tent, and the ladder fits right there and right there. So weirdly enough, that worked out perfectly. These two mounts are Rotopacks. This was a universal off Amazon. Still works great, has a lock on it. We have a medical kit just in case. You never know what you're going to run into. So now let's go to the passenger side, since we're kind of done here. There's really not much more to tell on the back. The back glass, since we're back here, the back glass is from a company that I totally forgot, CRL. So if you need a brand new back glass with a brand new gasket, CRL, it does mount differently. The original glass back here is you spread your gasket maker or your sealant. Your silicone, for love of God. The original glass, you spread your silicone, you fit the glass up, and then you put this gasket around it. This guy has a gasket around it, but it bolts to the body, so you have to drill some holes, and then you literally bolt it to the cab, and that's what seals it, plus the seal. Fits great, no issues, definitely watertight. Passenger side. The corner armor is from Dirtbound Off-Road. You can also get this with a fender already pre-welded to it, or you can drill and tap or drill some holes and actually mount a fender to this. I don't like fenders, so I think they get hit, so I just left them off. The wheels on the truck are Icon Bead Grip Pros, I think they are. So this is a true bead grip, not a bead lock, a bead grip. So these bolts are real, and once you set the bead of the tire, these bolts go behind the lip of the tire and hold it onto the rim. Love them, absolutely love them. And Method makes kind of a different version that doesn't use bolts, but they put like extra thick lips on the inside of that wheel, and a few other people do it. I liked this. I have taken this down to 10 psi, 5 psi, wheeled the crap out of it. I haven't had a tire debead yet. They're lighter, cheaper, and they're easier to balance, so no issues there. That was the factory plastic, so just scuffed that up, sprayed it with a satin clear, and that was it. Does great. This is both doors are from a 98 1998 Jeep Cherokee. So they do have power windows, power locks, and they do work. The glass was out of one vehicle because this glass was scratched. That glass was good, so we kept it in there. The doors, everything internally is brand spanking new except for the handle and the rods. The locks we got from the auto parts store, no issues there. The door panels, again, from a vehicle at the junkyard. They're not perfect, but they're pretty damn good. As far as the door hinge, this is from a 1998 Jeep Cherokee. Essentially, when you start to mount these, I can't really describe to you how to mount them or where, but essentially, when you close the door and you have this connected to the door, you will get a very good idea of where it needs to be. You drill your 2 holes, nut cert, install your bolts, and for the most part, you can move it a little bit left, a little bit right, up and down to get your perfect setup. But for the most part, it's really a guess. Door switches are from a 1998. The entire harness, inside the interior and outside, is from a 1998 Jeep Cherokee, except until you get to right there where the original Comanche harness comes through the floor. From there back, it's the original Comanche, but from there forward and all the doors and everything else, that is 1998 Jeep Cherokee. We have rough country mounts for a light bar. We didn't need anything fancy, so that's what we used. We have the KC light bar up top. Again, junkyard, no issues. The front fender armor is also dirt bound. Same things as the rear. The grill we got, the first grill we got was from the junkyard, but somebody hit it and it split the whole top. So this is actually a plastic aftermarket grill off of Amazon. It was like $250, and it comes with the header panel and the grill. So all this is plastic. So originally this is fiberglass and this is plastic, but now both of them are plastic. We did notch out the grill for the winch controller right here, just in case we need to plug in. 2 KC fog lights. We have a Warn VR Evo 8S. So this is the synthetic version. It also has the wireless remote. Front bumper is dirt bound. The front bumper actually sticks out a lot further forward than it is right now. And so we cut and made the brackets to where the bumper could slide in almost 4 inches. And that's why the winch is recessed. We wanted that approach angle very tucked up, very out of the way. As far as headlights, turn signals, headlights, Amazon LEDs, turn signals, Amazon LEDs. Hood vents. So this is the original Comanche hood. A lot of people go ahead and go to a XJ hood, like the 98 XJ hood. We just kept the original Comanche hood. Looked great. So no issues there. Also, this whole fender, both front fenders are also from a 98 Cherokee, and you have to do that when you do this. So keep that in mind. The hood vents, Amazon specials that have been powder coated. They are nut certed, so easy to get out. Due to the light bar, this windshield wiper, both of those windshield wiper blades are supposed to be like a 16. So that one's a 16, but this one's like a 12 because when it sweeps up, it hits that right there. So we had to make that smaller, and now no issues. The windshield wiper arms are the original from the Comanche. This cowl panel is also original from the Comanche. And the exact same thing on the other side. So gas cap. So the entire fuel system, so the gas tank, the fuel sending unit, The hoses and the cap are all brand new. The only thing we did repaint was this guy. This is metal. This is what holds the actual spout. So we took that out, refurbished it, stuck it back in there, no issues. All right, so let's get underneath and start there. So let's go to, oh, sorry, wow, totally forgetting. Dirt-bound rock sliders, you can get this version without the tube, or you can get this version and it has a tube that comes out, curves around, and then goes back in with a couple supports in the middle. I didn't like that one because it was going to be too wide. So this is nice, tucked up, does the job, no issues there. So let's go from the back. So we have a 2021 Jeep Gladiator axles, front and rear, off of a Sport S. They came with 373 gears, which we have now re-geared to 488. It had a factory LSD in the back and nothing up front. We've also changed that to a Eaton E-locker, front and rear. So now both of them are wired up, ready to roll, ready to rock. The shafts are bone stock, but the bearings, retainers, and everything else are brand new. The back brakes, at the time we could not find the calipers for a Gladiator. No aftermarket person had them. So we had to use JL rear brakes and rotors, which went in there just fine. The brake lines are custom, so they're stainless steel braided brake lines. And we just pretty much measured from here to that distance and here to that distance, had them custom made, hooked it up. The steel braided line from the block up, that is from a TJ, I believe, Rough Country or whoever made it, and you can buy it off their website. The shocks are Rubicon Express. This is for a 6-inch lift. The leaf spring brackets for the axle, that's from Artec. This is their U-bolt delete kit. And the shock mounts are from a TJ 8.8 swap, I believe from Barnes or Artec. I believe it's Artec. The leaf packs are bone stock. They have been taken apart, refurbished, put back together. New polyurethane bushings, front and rear, with JKS boomerang shackles, with also polyurethane bushings. The battery is a Optima yellow top, and we custom made this swing, well, it swings down this way. It's swing down battery tray. It's got 2 terminals and wires coming off of it, no issues, or nothing special. The exhaust, the muffler is a MagnaFlow. I couldn't even tell you if there's even a name. It's just a tube, a 3-inch in, 3-inch out glass pack from MagnaFlow. So there is a good reference to the gas tank, or a good look at the gas tank. The gas tank is the stock, or it's a new version of the 18-gallon fuel tank that this Comanche originally came with. This Comanche came with a plastic skid plate, which definitely wasn't going to do it. So we custom made this skid plate in-house. It's not really designed to take a lot of abuse, but it is designed to let us know if we are touching something, so we can remaneuver. I mean, it will take a hit, but it won't take the full weight of the truck hit. So does the job. What else we got? This is aftermarket Dana Advanced Track 44 diff covers from Dana in their special blue color. That was not exactly what we were going for, but hey, it worked out. The Jeep does have rock lights all the way around. They are from, I believe, Rough Country. No no issues there. They work, they do the job. All right, so let's get under right here. So there's some more of this gas tank skid plate, just in case anybody wants to look at that. We did drill a hole right there in the middle of that skid plate, so that way water could drain out of it, or mud or anything else. We did add some extra gusseting so it wouldn't bow in, but it's mounted in 3 locations. You have 1, and then you have number 2 over here, which is really close to that drive shaft, and then you have that big one in the back. And we gusseted those mounts as well. You can see right there where that mount is gusseted on the inside, so it doesn't bend. All right, so as far as the drive shafts go, so this is a 1310 yoke. I couldn't tell you where we got it from. I believe it was from Dana. But this drive shaft actually was rough. No. This was completely custom. So we talked to our friends over at Hudlows. They're a driveline shop, and they built us a completely custom one. And we measured it once the vehicle was sitting on its own weight, and no issues there. Looking forward, we have our transmission cooler with transmission fan. It is at a slight tilt, so if you look at it that way, you can probably see the tilt. This is a 30, no, it's not a 30, it's a 16-way transmission cooler, so technically it has 3 different coolers in there, if you can kind of see. There you go. So 16 different paths before it comes back to the transmission. The transmission lines are stainless braided lines as well. The transfer case is a 231 out of a Jeep XJ. It was blown apart, so we completely rebuilt it. We also added a SYE kit. Or I'm sorry, no, the SYE kit was already there. We just resealed it and everything else, but the gears were blown up, and so we replaced those. The catalytic converter is a Flowmaster Universal 3-inch 3-out. The transfer case skid plate, that is from BK Fabworks, and also the 3-link right there, that is from BK Fabworks as well. That is for XJ, MJ. That is their kit. All right. And there's a rock slider for you guys. All right. Moving forward, the front drive shaft was custom made as well. We had to do custom notching onto the BK Fab 3-link. Due to how much down travel this truck has, we had to notch out the cross member for the front drive shaft to droop. Yeah, custom. We retained the factory yoke on the front axle, but at the transfer case on both front and rear, there's a 1310 yoke. The transmission was out of a 2003 Chevy 2500 gas. We had that completely rebuilt, stage 2 kit inside of it. No issues there. As far as to attach the transmission to the transfer case, there is see if we can let me go right here. Let me go to the other side so you guys can see. I lost my microphone. Stand by, everybody. There we go. So to attach the transfer case to the transmission, this is a Novak adapter. So you take off the original 4x4 tail housing, you attach this tail housing on it, and you also have to change out the input shaft on the transfer case to a 32 spline, which comes in this kit. The transmission mount is made from a old CJ7 front bumper because the mount that Novak provides you to go from the adapter to the transmission mount, it wasn't wide enough and it wasn't deep enough, so I just made that. But that is a stock XJ automatic transmission mount. The studs on the transfer case had to be lengthened, so that was a AutoZone, or not AutoZone, a Ace Hardware run. So there you go. All right, so the entire exhaust was custom made by me. Custom collector, 2 clamps from, I believe, AutoZone. Driver side drops down, goes around the bottom of the oil pan, runs back into here. Passenger side just comes right down, collects into here, and then goes all the way back to the muffler. The fuel sending unit, I got that from Amazon. It is an OEM replacement. There is no e-brake on this vehicle because trying to get the e-brake to work with this axle is going to be more pain in the butt than it's worth, so we didn't do it. I never use my e-brake. And there is a better shot of the gas tank skip link. Alright. A better look at the backside of the front axle and the front drive shaft and the transmission. Alright, so we'll and a better look at the transmission cooler. It's a 16 pass, and that's what I was trying to say. I believe got that off of Amazon. I believe so. All right.
Hi there, Matthew.
Hello. All right. Oh, hi, Angel. All right. So let's go to the front. On the front. Again, this axle is from a 2021 Jeep Gladiator. At the time of doing this build, there are no swap kits. So what we had to do is go to Artec and get a JK axle to TJ truss swap kit and then retrofit it to work for the JL axle. Obviously the JL axle, the tubes are a lot bigger. So a lot of these mounts for the springs and for the control arms and things like that, we had to widen out the holes on them to get those to fit. This is a 3-link. Sorry, I'm trying to not to smack my microphone off again. This is a true 3-link. There is no 4th link. So this upper control arm link that was here, there was no need for it, and so we chopped it off. There are ribs here, so you want to make sure you try to keep those. Gives this casting some extra strength. We were able to retain the FAD system, so the FAD system is currently working. It is currently plugged up. So this does have, so this is FAD enabled, and it works fantastic. And this black wiring loom coming up right there, that is for the FAD system. It's wired to a flip switch inside the vehicle, and that way the front assembly doesn't rotate when you drive down the road. Front shocks again for Jeep Comanche or Jeep XJ with 6.5-inch lift. Our steering and track bar. Made by BK Fab. These were unpainted. Basically, this is for a JK, but they were left long and without this side of the bungs welded on, and that way we could get our lengths correct and then chop off, put the bung in there, weld it up, and then put our heims in there. So track bar, that is for was not custom length. That is the length that you get out of the box with that kit, and it fits just fine, no issues. We have a cab fab track bar mount. This track bar mount is 2 inches further forward, but it is not further over, so keep that in mind. As far as our steering stabilizer goes, this was I believe a rough country steering stabilizer. We just threw our sticker on it. Why not? The springs, these are from Rubicon Express. They are for a 4.5-inch lift, but we also have the JKS ACOS, cool spring adjusters on top of them, which pretty much brings it out to roughly about 6.5 inches of lift. They are the stock axle shafts, but again, this has 488 gears, an Eaton E-locker. These are the stock knuckles, stock ball joints. The Jeep that these axles came off of had 20,000 miles and everything was in good shape, so we just kept it there. The front sway bar is a anti-rock for Comanche XJ. The pitman arm is off of a ZJ, and it is a 3-inch drop pitman arm. The steering box is from a 1999 Dodge Dakota. As far as bottom of the motor goes, these are the mounts for from Novak. These are the Novak mounts. It is in the middle of the mount. So, FYI, if anybody's needing that. The oil pan is Moroso. This is the 5.5 gallon. Quart oil pan. The starter is off of well, we ordered it for a 2005 Chevy 2500. No issues. Brand new. Everything in here, brand spanking new. All right. Next. So, I'm going to give everybody a quick look at the FAD system wiring harness that comes up and goes into the body right here. Also, the 2 battery cables, I believe these are 4 gauge, going from the battery all the way up on this side, all the way up into the engine bay. I'm going to fix this microphone once and for all here in a little bit. It's getting on my nerves. All right. The dashboard is out of a 98 Jeep Cherokee. We do have the Holley Pro Dash. This is the 6-inch Pro Dash. NRG steering wheel, brand new turn signal, brand new wiper switch, brand new wiper motor, brand new headlight switch, brand new hazard switch, caps from a 1998. We have Corbo sport seats. We got those black neoprene with Corbo's seat mounts, seat mount brackets. Carpet was from Amazon, and we custom made that to fit. All this is OEM 1998 Jeep Cherokee stuff right here. No issues there. We do have a dirt bound mount underneath this to hold this guy in place. We have our switches. We have reverse lights. Those are those rough country 2-inchers. Front diff, rear diff, fog lights, rock lights, and the light bar at the very end. As far as tunage, it's an Alpine UTE 5 or 73 BT. No issues there. As far as the speakers go, these are audio dynamic 6-inchers. And these are the and back here behind the seats inside the door panel, those are Kicker kickers, and they are the stock size. Pedal assembly and everything like that is from XJ. This switch holder right here is from a company that I can't remember on Google. But it's 3D printed to hold all these switches, and it gives you 2 USB ports as well. All right. The headliner was previously done by the previous owner, and it was in great shape, so we left it there. We do need to get these reupholstered, but good right now. Windshield is the original windshield, but with the 98 Cherokee rear view. All right. The four-wheel drive linkage is actually it's an aftermarket kit, but I couldn't tell you who makes it, and I do not remember. I don't even think you'll be able to see it. Let me get under here. But it's an adjustable link style linkage, so no issues there. Oh. As far as the transmission goes, that is the factory shifter and a factory shifter cable that goes into the firewall right underneath the carpet right there. Comes all the way down. We made a custom bracket for it that works with the 4L80. The entire interior of the floorboards were gone, so they were completely patched, sealed, painted, sound deadened, all that fun stuff. See what else? I believe that's kind of it. All the interior panels, most of the interior panels were not the correct color because you can't find these guys no more, so we stripped them, painted them so they can match this gray right here. And that is my switch for the FAD system. So we had to get these two, had to get that was also a completely different color, so we painted that and got that all squared away. Seat belts are original to the Comanche. The lights right here and here, the original lights don't exist anymore, so we got these lights from Truck and Trailer, and we actually had to cut out a bigger opening in those and then hard mount them in. So let's go into the other side. That is a factory Comanche hood latch. Before we roll into the engine bay, let me throw this at you too. The entire HVAC system is from a 1998 Cherokee. Got that at the junkyard, took it completely apart, put all new blower motor resistor, all new foam in it, new heater core and evap core. It is dirty right now, so keep in mind. Oh, totally forgot about the tires. These are 37, 1250, 17. These are Mickey Thompson Baja Legend MTZs. I'm gonna need both hands for this one, so just everybody stand by. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Ouch, that hurt my finger. Anyways. The engine is out of a 2003 Chevy Trailblazer EXT. It is an all-aluminum LS, 5.3 liter. We had that completely disassembled. We raised the compression. We did a truck Norris cam, lifters, rockers, rods, all new bearings, bearings everywhere. We also did rings and a complete rebuild, refresh. The coil packs are original to the Trailblazer. They have not been replaced, and the reason they're round is because the Trailblazer was considered a truck, so this was the truck motor. This had all the truck accessories, which have been changed out to 2004 and 5 Corvette. So a Corvette water pump, Corvette thermostat housing, Corvette pulleys. We went with Dirty Dingo, alternator, power steering, and AC bracket setup. So that's why you can see all there. The power steering pump is from a 04. This is a 05 Corvette, and that is was custom ordered for this application. I couldn't even tell you the part number. I mean, I don't know if that helps you, but it is a Sandon 508 AC compressor. The cooling system, so it has a Novak 4-row aluminum radiator with 3 fans. That is from Novak for the LS swap. All the hoses, the funnel, and everything that is provided to you from Novak. As far as our overflow tank, that's Moroso right here. As far as the AC condenser is the factory XJ 98 XJ condenser, modified slightly so it'll fit with this bigger radiator here. The AC lines are custom. Pieces of it are the stock 98 Cherokee AC line, and the rest of it was completely custom made. Same thing on that one. So from there to this rubber line, that was a factory 98 Cherokee XJ AC line, and then from this rubber hose to the tip is all custom. The AC dryer is factory to the 98 Cherokee. The fuse box and the entire engine wiring harness was factory 98 Jeep Cherokee until we started messing with it. The steering shaft, the steering column, everything from that is 1998 Jeep Cherokee. The power steering lines are custom, so it's just yeah. The intake is custom, so this is a 14-incher with a 45. This is a 4-inch. This is a 3-inch to a 4-inch air filter, and we have 3-inch to 4-inch coupler, and then 3 to 3. The intake manifold is the Holley EFI ultra low ram intake manifold. The throttle body is the Holley Sniper 93 millimeter throttle body. Custom made the throttle cable holder out of pieces from the old throttle cable off the 4.0. And got that situated. The fuel lines are custom. These are all Earl's fittings, but the fuel rail, fuel injectors, and the entire Holley wiring harness and system is from Holley. And here's the Holley system right here. So this is Holley's 99151. I couldn't even tell you the part number, but basically this is the LS controller with 24 tooth. This also controls the 4L80. So if you're wondering, I could not even tell you the part number, 916555 or something like that. Anyways, as far as the steam vent lines, those are from Amazon. This AC line right here, that is factory 98 Jeep Cherokee. Heater hoses are custom, so just 5/8 hose cut to fit. So 3 fans. The first fan is wired to come on with 12 volt ignition, and then the Holley system controls the other 2 fans. The fan for the transmission comes on also with 12 volt ignition. So when you turn the key on, they turn on. The brake system, this is a brake booster master. This is 98 Cherokee stuff. Obviously it's brand new. No, I'm sorry, this is not. This is. The brake booster is 98 Cherokee. This is for 99 Dodge 2500 van. These are the factory tube brake lines from Cherokee, 98 Cherokee. This is a ZJ proportioning valve, and then going down, you have a couple of custom connections. The fuel pressure regulator is the 60 PSI from Holley. The injectors are 36 pound per hour injectors, and those are from Holley. I cannot think of really much more in here. For the switch panel inside, we use this fuse block right here. O'Reilly's, nothing fancy. There's not really a whole heck of a lot fancy on this thing. The headers are from Novak. This is their swap headers for Jeep Comanche. The spark plug wires, those are 2003 Chevy Trailblazer. They're brand new, but like when you order them, you can order it for that. The power steering reservoir, that is for a Corvette as well. All right. Just in case anybody needs to see anything. Oh, also the headlight harness, that is also factory for 98 Cherokee. The oxygen sensor, it doesn't have an oxygen sensor, it has a wideband sensor, and that's also included into the Holley kit. So it's down there somewhere. Up there it is. You can probably see it right there. It's poking its little wire out right there at the tip of my finger. That's where it's at. That's the wideband. Okay. This is an aftermarket dipstick tube due to the Moroso oil pan, so keep that in mind. This is the factory automatic transmission tube, the factory tube for that year model truck right there. So that is the factory tube. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. The belt is from Dirty Dingo, gives you the part number if you're trying to find the correct belt. My hot and negative blocks down there, Amazon. Dirty. I cannot really think of anything else. The front brakes on this axle, they are the factory. Gladiator. They're brand new rotors, brand new pads. Obviously, brand new rotors, brand new pads. But we had to change the pads, rotors, calipers to JL rear, but all of this we did find Gladiator. We were able to keep the Gladiator calipers, so we found pads and rotors. So brake lines, I believe, are from Rancho. They're non-specific. I believe they're for JK on 4-inch lift. For the most part, every single bolt on here is grade 8 or grade 5, one of the two. The entire Jeep was undercoated before we started anything, so it's got a undercoat on it. But yeah, holy God, it's 50 minutes. All right, so anyways, guys, thank you so much. That was long-winded. That was a lot. But yeah, everybody wanted me to do a complete walkthrough on the Jeep Comanche and let everybody know what's on it, what's it doing, what's going on with it. And so there we go. Guys, I appreciate it. We'll see you later.